Yesterday in the House of Commons, Conservative MPs voted against the Canada Summer Jobs Program and its requirement that companies, agencies, groups that wanted Canada Summer Jobs Grant money sign an attestation asserting that they are going to do anything that would go against choice on reproductive rights, on abortion. Why is that still something that has the House of Commons seized of its significance even this week? Yeah. And why did your MPs vote that way?
Well, if I can clarify it a little bit, we voted for the freedom of conscience and freedom of opinion that all Canadians have under the Charter. We voted in favor of our Charter rights. What the Liberals have done here is not gone after advocacy or groups that use their summer jobs funding to advocate for a particular point of view on some of these social issues. That's not what they did. They forced every single applicant to attest to holding the same values as Justin Trudeau has on some of these issues. So, you know, it could be an individual, it could be someone not even affiliated with a faith group who just, you know, looking for an admin assistant at their store. It could be an RM, a rural municipality or a small town who's looking for a lifeguard at the local pool. It could be groups that help refugees, run camps for kids. Have nothing to do with advocacy, have nothing to do with trying to affect change on these issues. They now have to sign an attestation. Granting, what the Liberals have done here is allowed the government to peer into the minds of Canadians to see what goes on up there, you know, what their views are, what their personal opinion is. That's not right. Every country in history that have gone down dark paths where governments take on too much control and really intervene and take away those freedoms often start with an attack on the freedom to disagree, the freedom to hold different points of view. That's why Conservatives voted this way. We voted to uphold the charter rights of Canadians who have no obligation to tell the government what their personal views are on issues. The government can set the criteria as to what types of activities will be eligible for funding, but they don't have a right to peer inside the minds of Canadians. You know, the state may, I think we can all agree in 2018 that the state has no place in the bedrooms of the nations. Well, I believe the state has no place in the conscience of the nations either.
Okay. At the next election, Liberals are going to say, we stood up for reproductive choice, the Conservatives stood against it, and that was only the beginning. Wait till you see the next thing they do.
I think they'd like Canadians to believe that. That's obviously the tack they're going on. When you look at their ridiculous answers in the House of Commons, that's exactly what they try to do. They try to spin this into an area where it has never been about. This is about protecting the freedom of Canadians to offer services on a wide range of issues, helping refugees, camps for kids, feeding the poor and the homeless. They shouldn't have to be forced to sign this type of thing. And as I said, it goes directly against the Charter. You know, when I'm Prime Minister, I'm going to bring that Charter into the foyer of the House of Commons and say, look, this is what it says, this is what it means, we have these freedoms, and we cannot let the government take that away or erode that. My message to Canadians going into 2019 will be, this is what the government tried to do in this term. Imagine what they'll do going forward. What rights will they erode going forward if we give Justin Trudeau the power to legislate on what our personal beliefs may be?
Okay.